Greetings, agents. Today we're going to be talking about one of three striker tank builds specifically built around Year 7 Season 2. Let's jump right into it. So right off the bat, our specialization is going to be the firewall specialization. This will play into the way we run this build. And then moving on, we are using a modifier, sanitation, to help us with some missing crit chance. Stepping stone, keep out, and Rupert's Tear. Pretty generic. Our primary weapon is going to be the St. Elmo's weapon. You want this with damage targets out of cover and try to get as much expertise on it as possible. Mine is at 30. As for your secondary weapon, you can use whatever you want, and your sidearm whatever you want. Starting with the mask. So from here we are using the exotic Catharsis. This has incoming repairs, armor regen, and our mod is the protection against elites. What's really cool about this is it'll give us stacks as we're taking damage, 1.5% weapon damage, up to 30 stacks, that's 45% weapon damage. When you're at max stack, it triggers a purge, moves all the stacks and statuses, and then drops a healing cloud, restoring 5% of your max armor for 10 seconds to all allies in the cloud, which for the most part will be you. Moving on, we are using the Striker's Backpack. We do have this with armor, crit damage, and protection against elites, and just like the normal Striker's build, we get 100 stacks at 0.65%, so that's 65%, but since we have the backpack, that'll be 0.9, so that'll be 90% additional weapon damage. Our gloves is the armor with crit damage strikers, and armor with crit damage knee pads for strikers, and our holsters is a striker's armor with crit chance. Our chest piece will be the Seska. We want that additional bonus from the brand set for 8% crit chance with double crits for the attributes, and your mod will be protection against elites. If you're fortunate enough to have a 13, that's great. Our talent is going to be the Unbreakable. When your armor is depleted, it repairs 95% of your armor, cooldown is 60 seconds. This is far better than using our Reviver Hive, and this will be our clutch for whenever we're in a tight situation. However, we are going to use some skills. So our first skill is going to be the Fixer Drone. The Fixer Drone is going to give us a little bit of extra repairs. However, we'll get that 20% from Catharsis as well from the incoming repairs. Moving on to our shield, we are using the Striker Shield. This is specific to the Firewall specialization. We do have this at Tier 5 because we have 5 blues. For the mods on this, we are going to have the shield health, and the damage bonus. Whenever the enemy is within the conal range of you while you're holding the shield out, you'll get an additional 12% bonus damage per enemy. So with that being said, let's look at the stats real quick. And we're at 45% crit chance and 108% crit damage. As I stated before, we'll pick up our extra crit chance from sanitation from the modifier. However, if you have somebody in your group that's running Coyote's Mask, you'll probably get crit chance from that as well. So I wouldn't stress that out too much about your crit chance being under 50. And that is this build. Well, thank you very much, and as always, stay safe, agents, and go forth and conquer.